In this video, we are going to solve Wassce 2020 elective mathematics solution to question number 5. And the question is, the table below shows the marks scored by some students in the class test. And then this is the table. So we have to use this table to draw a histogram for the distribution. And then use the histogram to estimate the modal score correct to 1 decimal place. And before you can solve this question, you have to draw a cumulative frequency distribution table. And with histogram, we are going to use the mass, class boundary, class weight, and then frequency as well to draw the histogram. So let's construct the frequency distribution table. So this is going to be for the mass. And we're going to have the class boundaries here, class boundaries, and then class weight. So the last thing is going to be the frequency. So the mass is what we are having over here, 11 to 14, 11 to 14, 15 to 18, 19 to 22, 23 to 26, 27 to 30, 31 to 34, and 35 to 38. So this is the mass. And then we will move on to the class boundaries. And before we can solve for the class boundaries, we determine the class boundaries by adding 0.5 to the upper class and then deducting 0.5 from the lower class. So when we do that, we are going to get 0.5 from 11, we are going to get 10.5 to, and then we add 0.5 to the upper class, which are going to get 14.5. And then we do same for the next class. So when we subtract 0.5 from this class, we are going to get 14.5 to, and we add 0.5 to this class, 18.5. So you add to follows 18.5 to 22.5. I'm going to have 22.5 to 26.5, 26.5 to 30.5, and 30.5 to 34.5, 34.5 to 38.5. So we are done with the class boundaries. Let's move on to the class weight. The class weight is determined by subtracting the upper class, the lower class from the upper class. So when we subtract 10.5 from 14.5, I'm going to get 4. 14.5 from 18.5, we're going to get 4. This one is also going to give us 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Now when we move on to the frequencies. Frequencies are what is written over here, the number of students. 4, 5, 18, 31, 25, 14, and then 3. So this is our frequency distribution table. So with this table, we should be able to draw the histogram. Now, the space I'm having here is very small. Let me draw it somewhere here. So with histogram, you plot frequencies against class boundaries. So the frequency will be at this side, and then the class boundary will be at this side. So frequencies, you are having 3 to be the lowest one, and then 31 to be the highest one. So I'm starting from 3, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, and 33. Then the class boundaries, we are going to consider from 10.5 to 14.5, and then right one is over here, 18.5, 22.5, 26.5, 30.5, 34.5, and 38.5. So 11 to 14, which has 8 class boundaries to be 10.5 to 14.5, has 8 frequency to be 4. So 10.5 to 14.5 frequency is 4. So we are going to draw the bar from here. Let's say 3 is here, so the 4 will be somewhere here. Remember, my graph is not drawn to scale, so this is how it should be. So this is 10.5 to 14.5. Then 14.5 to 18.5 is 5. So that one will be somewhere here. Eighteen point five to 22.5 is going to give us is 18. So we are going to extend this. So assume 18 will be somewhere here. Now 22.5 to 26.5 is 31. So we are going to extend this to 31. When 26.5 to 30.5 is 25. So we are going to extend this to 25, 10. Okay. And then this one is 14. 14 will be somewhere here. And this one is 3. So 3 will be somewhere here. Now we are done with the histogram. So here is class boundary and here is frequency. So the second question is, we have to use the histogram to estimate the modal mark. And then with the modal mark, you look out for the longest bar or the class with the highest frequency. So the class with the highest frequency is 22.5 to 26.5. And then 22.5, 26.5 is the class with the highest frequency. So we are going to draw a line from this corner to join. Let me use straight glass. This line to join here, and another line from this corner to join this side. And in their meeting point, we trace it downwards to where it will attach itself to the y-axis or the class boundary. The point that you get over here, that will be your modal mark. In this case, I can say I had 25.5 as my modal mark. But my scale is my graph is not drawn to scale, so you can manage it as it is. Thank you for watching. I could do one. 9 minutes.